Pittsburgh is an amazing, wonderful place to live, work, and play. We're known as the Steel City, the City of Bridges, and the City of Champions. Many times we've been selected as the nation's most livable city. Our economy is thriving and our opportunities are many. But not so for the neighborhood of Homewood in the city's East End, just 6 miles from downtown. We've seen glory days here in Homewood, but in the past several decades, we've struggled as our population has declined from 30,000 to 6,000. Most communities go through cycles of prosperity. Few are as extreme as ours. Today, we are reweaving the fabric of Homewood, focusing on those who are most vulnerable. We will not leave any of our residents behind. Hope and a future.
Our city is vibrant, it's alive, great place to live, learn, work, worship, and play. Unfortunately, everyone's not included in that.
Our philosophy is that we want Homewood to be a safe, livable, desirable environment.
So Homewood has a special place for me. It's where my grandmother's family decided to settle coming from Italy. My great-grandfather set up a shop at the corner of Race and Homewood Avenue.
There's a lot of history here in Homewood that shouldn't be forgotten. As a native resident of Homewood, decline started in the 50s. There was this exodus of middle-class whites, but there was also beginning to be an exodus of middle-class blacks.
I was here when the riots happened in '68, and I was here during the flight period where we lost 60 to 70% of the population moving to the suburbs. I've been here during all of those times.
Because of the inequity, there aren't resources in this particular community to even begin to address the needs that are here.
Unlike a lot of areas of Western Pennsylvania, Homewood has not come back. Homewood has a very high vacancy rate, a very high unemployment rate, and one of the highest rates of violent crime in the city. So if we're looking at being able to have an example of where we can make investment that will have a dramatic change in a community, there's no better example than Homewood.
A society is judged by the way it treats the most vulnerable among them. 45% of residents in the Homewood community and 2/3 of our children live in poverty. They are unfortunately left behind.
There's no ladder of opportunity for them to be a part of this new emerging economy.
One of the things that often breaks my heart is that children don't have all of the opportunities that children in other places would have.
Homewood is ground zero to me. Homewood represents many of the vulnerable communities in Allegheny County. But Homewood is uniquely suited in that many residents around this Allegheny County see Homewood as the epicenter for real change.
Without a vision, the people perish. We understand that the need in the community is so great that self-interest really has no place at the table.
Watching young people overcome obstacles and challenges and find successes and even find joy in the midst of some of the struggles that we're facing, that's, I think, what gives me hope.
Those of us who have invested not just our time, but our families, our money, we just feel a strong sense of urgency to continue to help rebuild this community.
In the past few years, the Homewood community has experienced growth and development, including 7800 Susquehanna, the Everyday Cafe, and the Pitt Community Engagement Center. These and other projects have delivered 139 new units of housing, over 160,000 square feet of commercial and community space, and represent over $58 million in new investment. The city's commitment to expanded housing options includes the current construction of 4 Habitat for Humanity homes on Bennett and 58 new townhomes on Kelly Street. in partnership with KBK Enterprises, as well as Phase 2 of 7800 Susquehanna. Homewood is building on that investment through private and public partnerships that will include new development. At the gateway to Homewood, the Lexington Park redevelopment in Point Breeze will add 400,000 square feet of commercial property plus 125 apartments and 25 townhomes. As you enter Homewood, these new homes and commercial spaces will connect to the plans for the redevelopment of Homewood Avenue, including Stargell Field and the mixed-use rebuilding of the Homewood Avenue Business District, which will add 100,000 square feet of commercial space and 100 residential units, as well as the Own Our Own Entrepreneurial Center and the Givner Building. Future opportunities for increased housing, retail space, and cultural amenities are in the works, all ensuring community benefits and increased quality of life for the Homewood neighborhood.
What gives us hope about Homewood? The fact that we're resilient. We never stop. Even through the difficult times, people love Homewood.
This project creates an equilibrium for Homewood residents to consider how might their community be different in the way that they control the narrative, different in a way that they control what's needed, different in a way that they are participatory in the process.
Things are turning around. For the first time, we have everybody aligned from federal government, state government, county government, city government, along with the philanthropic community, along with the community leaders, all working off the same page.
When we look at economic development today, we want to recalibrate the Urban Redevelopment Authority to be able to see the vision of neighborhoods through the eyes of the people that live there. So what we're doing in Homewood is basically the pilot program. We will have flipped the entire idea of what community-based development means in the city. And we can use that example and have a community-based development concept and build a new URA around that.
Homewood is an important part of this city, and it's important that we all work together to make this neighborhood look like the rest of our city as it thrives, as it grows, as we experience Renaissance. That Renaissance should be for all.
This is an exciting time. We're starting to see rapid growth, but with the rapid growth, we want to make sure that the residents who live here are protected and they get a chance to participate. They've been here during the bad times. They also deserve to be here during the good times.
There is something so rewarding, so fulfilling in seeing lives connect.
We're building a new business district, we're building new homes, we're building new cultural activities. This is a very exciting time for Homewood, but we're not just building things, we're actually building people.
We're not trying to rebuild the past. We're creating a new Homewood.
We want to transform it from an area of concentrated poverty into a multi-ethnic, mixed income, stable, thriving community. Really be a symbol of racial reconciliation in the city.
Homewood has some very resourceful residents, some very engaged residents. I've come to love this neighborhood. There is no neighborhood like it in the city of Pittsburgh.
Homewood Collaborative is an example of what you could accomplish when you don't care who gets the credit.
But now we're connected to a process that can also be about the comprehensive transformation of the community.
I want to simply give back. I feel I am called to give back.
The investment that's being made in the human spirit, the psyche, the lives of the people, ultimately are the investments that will transform the community.
Whether it's the Lighthouse, whether it's CEA, whether it's Operation Better Block, whether it's Children's Village, there are so many organizations that pour into these children that I know it'll be successful. My hope comes from that these kids will have a better opportunity than me because the focus is on them.
We're building people. We have hope in Homewood.
We are Homewood.
We care about our community and our neighbors.
We have a new community plan.
We have the support of our nonprofits and churches, and we are unified.
Our neighborhood is already beginning to see the fruits of our labor.
Thank you for your support.
With God's help and yours,
hope has returned to Homewood. Thank you.
Thank you.